And is there a time frame here?
Yes, I have a comment, and then we have time for just a couple more questions. I have a question. I'm a realtor for a local Gurnee real estate company, and when people are transferred to Gurnee, I'm in charge of taking them for a city tour of Gurnee. And the comments, you should all know, that all of them make when I drive them through Gurnee is they feel it's an upcoming area to live in, kind of what I felt 15 years ago. However, when I take them to the east side and to the west side, their comments are, when we enter the east side, why are we even here? Where's the closest grocery store? And I explained, well, the closest one would actually be in Waukegan at Green Bay Road. It's embarrassing. And then we drive down Grand Avenue and on farther down, and I get to show them the beautiful Salvation Army and the thrift stores and the dollar store. And then we go under the ugly bridge, the railroad bridge that needs to be painted. Painted. And it's just an embarrassment. And I think you all need to know that. Those are the comments being made to me. They won't buy over there, and it's going to affect the values of the people living on the east side. We need a grocery store over there, at least a White Hen Pantry that they can go in and get some milk. Currently, they'd have to drive all the way down to Route 21 to get some milk. And it's just a disgrace that there aren't common amenities for the people living on the east side. And I'm wondering, who is it in the village that's in charge of new business to go after the grocery stores and people like that?
That'd be me. That'd be me. And we have met with 3 grocery stores within the last 6 months, because we're very interested and been trying to pursue organic, probably not the best word, but one of those like
fresh markets.
Foods. Yeah, I was trying to think of the right word. But again, unless we want to change what our overlay district is over there, they don't want those big boxes. They don't want that footprint that's there. They want something different. But we have the statistics, and we have a whole presentation that we make. The median income is just as strong over there. Right. The density is just as strong. The median household, our median home prices are pretty strong over there. I mean, we show them. We've got the radiuses. We've got all the census information. But until we're willing to start tearing buildings down over there and allowing something different than what we're used to, it's very hard to convince them. And then they always want to go on the west side. And we're like, well, now we have some vacancies on the west side, so we have something to show them. But, we don't want to cram everything in on the west side. We like the corridors that we have over there and stuff.
And maybe show them, Pick and Save. The grocery store was there for years and did quite well for a number of years.
Yeah, but it's
they
very
can't
hard
compete.
to make a business.
It's hard to compete.
Yeah, it's a tough business. Grocery stores
But if you go to Lewis Fresh Market, and I hate to say it, the bargains there are incredible, and the products are very, very good. I'm looking at every penny. Shelley and I, are searching for a place that has good fresh bread, or without going to like a Dominic's for everything. We need to invite people to our town. Take them out to dinner. I'm sure that the residents of Gurnee don't mind the mayor spending a couple of dollars for a good cause. Let's dine and wine somebody. Let's talk to the building department and say, let's work with these people. We need them. You need energy, and you need the people to tell you, it's okay, go ahead with this, it'll work. But we've been removed from the reality, it seems. We've got to come back down. The people that sit up here are not just honorable mayors and trustees. They're residents, just like us. They live next door to us. Let's speak what the people are saying and do it. It'll happen.
Good morning. Mr. Maniscalco?
Maniscalco, close enough. Thank you.
Okay. Earlier you mentioned a convention center.
Yes.
I kind of happen to like that idea, but given what I'm hearing about Gurnee Mills, given what I see at Key Lime Cove,
sure.
How would we accomplish something like that without passing the burden on to the residents to support it. Particularly, and I want the other two
Sure.
people to answer that also. I mean, it's a good idea, but how would we accomplish it, with our current economic situation?
Well, if you look at it from a business point of view, take for an example, and it's only an example, take that nice property that Holiday Inn is on, and it just doesn't look like it's happening there. I think it's marketable with the real estate prices going down and whatever have you to entertain a number of entrepreneurs out there. Chicago has lost 90% of its business to like Las Vegas and that. Conventions are not happening in the Midwest. We need to get it back. Gurnee is located right smack in the middle of two big cities. We can attract whatever conventions and meetings and have a hotel like a Hyatt or a Hilton. The owners of the Hilton, I believe, or is it the Hyatt, live not too far from here. I believe you've met her, Mayor, Nancy Pritzker. These people are people with power. And if we talk with certain entrepreneurs, we can get possibly a convention center that we can drive our business and our hotel business and make it a true tourist center and all that. The vision of something like that can happen if we all talk about it and then go out as the leader of the communities ought to do and search for these entrepreneurs and business people to make it happen. So it's here, like we've said, the tollway, we're right positioned perfectly to ensure the future of our community.
Key Lime Cove was supposed to be our convention center. However, it's too small. The convention portion of it is really too small. There was some talk about expanding that and making it better. I think that's probably the easiest solution, that we could go to, and probably the most cost-effective at this point. But we've got Abbott right next door to us, and they use convention centers all the time. However, when I saw what Key Lime Cove built, I said, this is too small because, I work for a pharmaceutical company. I go to conventions all the time, and so I'm in all these places all over the country, and they're huge. And the companies that use those, they need space. I mean, they're bringing in anywhere between 800 and 5,000 employees at a given time, and it would overwhelm anything we have here in Gurnee. But again, while that would be nice, and I think the cart's before the horse once again, and to your point, we do need something like, or to the young man's point, we do need something more in Gurnee where we can do conventions. I mean, we're a convention kind of town. We got a lot of entertainment, a lot of things we can offer at the same time, but I think if we're not careful and we don't get back to basics and we get our minds on all these other projects outside of the east side, the disgusting east side, which nothing has been done in several administrations, and we've let Gurnee Mills fall down once again. If we don't take care of the basics, we can't have the future. And I think again, we must focus on the work to be done today, that needs to be done today to secure the town. Again, keep in mind, look around you. They're circling the wagon. All the other communities are building up. We're just flat. We pay our bills, but we're not prospering. And until we, take care of what we need to take care of, we're just dreaming. And I think, we need to wake up and do what needs to be done.
Okay. One last question. Were you? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The convention idea was before Key Lime Cove. There was a time before my administration, the previous mayor, there had been talk, I was a trustee at a time, but every single entity wanted public-private, and none of the trustees or the mayor at the time felt that was a good use of taxpayer dollars to go in halves on a convention center. If we wanted to use tax dollars today, we could have one today. The Holiday Inn is not for sale, so until it is, You know, it's not like I can call Hilton and say, oh, please come buy this property because it's not even for sale. Key Lime was going to have a larger ballroom in the original plans. You know, they weren't able to borrow as much money